Hello and welcome to the third episode of my work Beginner's Guide to Todoist. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at something called labels. Now, if you're coming from a GTD background, that's Getting Things Done by David Allen, this is what we would actually describe as context. But in Todoist speak, they're called labels, and I want to show you how to set these up, use them, so that you can filter down into the things that are truly important to you and why you might want to use labels. Now, before we go any further, I'd just like to say if you do get any value from this video, then please help me by clicking on that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Todoist, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's go into my demo account now and let's get this set up. Okay, so what we're going to do to show you how labels work inside Todoist is just to go through some of these inbox items that we would generally have in our Todoist. So let's start off with the first one here. So we've got arranged car to go in for a service. Now, I may have mentioned this before, but just to remind you, you can do two ways to edit a task. You can hit the pencil icon right here or tap E. So you can type the pencil item here and you can do it from here. So that's one way. And in this case, we're looking at arrange for car to go in for the service. Now, it depends on how you want to structure your labels, but I'm just going to give you some labels and then show you how you can manipulate them to give you better lists. So for first, let's just say that this is going to be car. So I'm going to create a label for the car because there's a few things that may come up with the car. So that's another one. And also we can have one called personal. The only problem with that is that you already have a project called personal. So you don't need to create a label also for personal. So it's like treat labels as ways of filtering down still further outside of these items. So I'm just going to give that a label of car. Talk to Andrea about Jessica's birthday. So this one could be a number of things. It could be personal, in which case you've already got a project, or Andrea might be one of your closest friends. If Andrea is one of your closest friends, I would create a label called Andrea because she's going to be one of your closest friends. Therefore, there's likely to be quite a few tasks related to Andrea. So I'm going to tap on here. So I'm typing in Andrea and then tap create the task. And then you can click out and Andrea. Now, Jessica could also be another one of your friends. So I'm just going to hit plus and I'm going to put Jessica, because it relates to Jessica. And again, I'm creating that label. So I've got two labels for this particular task. Now come down to here. Now, Claire, in this particular example, might be one of your colleagues. Now, once again, I'm going to give that a task. And I've already created Claire because I'm going to show you how this works in a moment. But so I'm just going to tap that and I've added the label. And Claire has been added to that task. And then we'll come down here, research local personal trainers. Now, again, this one's a little bit difficult because it could be a task that's related to your personal life, but also you may want to create a label for exercise. Now, that's an interesting one. So we can just type exercise in there, or you can do it health and fitness. In fact, actually there, I'm going to call this health and fitness because that relates to an area of focus. So health and fitness, and I'm going to create health and fitness as my label. So there we go. I've got my label set up for that. That's great. And down here, subscribe to the Working With podcast. Maybe it doesn't need a label because you don't need to add labels to everything. But another one that you could do is you can create minutes. So this could be a 5-minute task. So 5 minutes. Oops, I've got a percentage sign there. I don't really need to do that. So 5 mins. I'm going to call that. So this is essentially a task that's going to take less than 5 minutes. And there's another way that you can use labels so you can then filter these out. So once you've got these labels set up, how do you use them? Well, here's an interesting way of doing it. You can go into your filters and labels right here, and all those labels that I've created are now here. So Claire, Car, Andrea, Jessica, Health and Fitness. That's one way, but that's a lot of tapping. What I usually do is I can now go into here and say, oh, I've got a meeting with Claire this afternoon. What else do I need to talk to Claire about? And as I type in her name, Claire, I can see that my label is right here. So I can tap on that. And now all the tasks related to Claire have come up in one list. Now let's say, for argument's sake, that Claire is my boss and I want to create this label as a favorite because it's somebody who I interact with on a daily basis. So what I can do is go into my filters and labels section right here and go to Claire, and I can just tap the add to favorite button there, and now Claire is in my favorites. This means that whenever I need to, I can just quickly tap on that and I can see everything related to Claire. Now, equally, if I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to be spending some time with my car today, I can just type car. And again, I've got everything I need related to the car will come up in a separate list. And it doesn't matter where that list is. So those tasks could be in my routines. It could be in my personal. It doesn't matter where these go. Everything will just come up that's got the tag car. So that's one of the great things about, one of the great things about labels that you can use inside Todoist. Now, again, another one I mentioned about using minutes. So arrange for car to go in for a service. That could be it might just take 5 minutes. So I'm just going to put add at 5 and it will give me that label, hit return, and now that's added. Talk to Andrea about Jessica's birthday. That could be a lot of time. Research, that's going to be more time, and that's already 5 minutes. So again, all I would need to do now is go into my search, tap on 5, hit return, and I need to tap on 5 and then tap on the 5 minutes, and that tells me all the tasks that's going to take less than 5 minutes, just in case I've got a spare 10 minutes or so that I want to use labels. So labels are really useful to help you to filter down things that might be in your projects. Now, personally, the best labels I've had are ones that relate to people, because quite often you have these random meetings with people, maybe in the corridor or maybe when you're out having a coffee somewhere, and you think, oh yeah, while I'm with you, Claire, I've just got these items to check with you. And you can just tap your label called Claire and pull up all the things related that you need to ask Claire at the same time. So there you go. That's pretty much. Oh, one more thing before we finish, because I should mention this. You'll notice that all my labels here now are labeled in grey color. Now I can change the color. I just hit I did that a bit too fast. I can hit the edit label here. So just tap on that. And now I can choose a color. So I can give Claire lavender. I can give my car edit label. So I can give my car, let's have a look. What colors have I got? I'll give my car a green color. So green, save. And then Andrea, we can give that a color violet, maybe. Anyway, you have a number of choices that you can do. Now, what that does, if we go into what you'll see now is the colors of the labels do change. So the car is now in green, Andrea is lavender, and Claire is salmon, maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, so you can change the colors of your labels if you wish. So there you go. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work. because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.